Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are finding some integrals. And this is going to be our last graphs lesson, I think, before we move on to finding integrals analytically, which is pretty exciting, I think. So what we're doing here is we're given the area underneath each curve, and then we're given an integral with boundaries. Okay, so for here we want the integral of f of x with respect to x from -3 to 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to note on the graph where I'm looking at, right? So from -3 all the way to 8 are my bounds of integration. And really this would be the integral. We can look at it in separate pieces, right? So from -3 to 0 f of x dx plus the integral from 0 to 3 f of x dx plus the integral from 3 to 8 f of x dx. Right? So we have three different zones, right? And our zones are here, here, and here. So really this is just the area of B plus C plus D. And again, the reason I know where to look is based on these bounds of integration here. Okay. Now I just look at the text and they give us all the information we need. So the area of B is 6. The area of C is 12. But here is what we're adding in this lesson. C is below the x-axis. So we're going to say that area is negative. So I think up until this point in your math career, we've said that area cannot be negative. But for integrals, we are going to say that area can be negative because what we are doing is we're adding up all of the changes in this graph, right? So these changes as we walk along the curve over here in zone B are positive, and these changes as we walk along here in zone C are negative. So that's what the step we're adding here is just checking the signs of these areas. The area region D is 16. So just to be super clear, I got these all from the text, right? And then you just add them up. So what do we get here? 22 minus 12 is 10. So that's all there is to it. We'll do one more. Make sure you follow how I got this one before you move on. Make sure you capture this example in your notes, and make sure you highlight that negative sign is there, and that's because the region is below the x-axis. When you're ready, we'll move on to the next one. Alright, here we have similar problems. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to note the bounds again. So from -4 to 7. Right, from -4 to 7. So I'm not going to write out all of the notation this time. Here's how you might do it. I might say that's B plus C plus D again. And then in the text, there's 17, 14, 4. And notice B is negative, right? So -17 plus 14, and then is also negative minus 4. So this ends up being, you add those together, about -7. So that's our solution here. And that's, if I wanted to be super proper, I could say the integral from -4 to 7 of f of x dx is equal to -7. Okay. I expect most of you guys are going to cruise through this lesson. Remember to come back to the video if you have any problems. The only thing that you can the only two places you can make errors are with the boundaries. So make sure you're looking at the right part of the graph based on those bounds. And then make sure you are getting your signs correct. So anything below the x-axis is a negative area.